What is the dispute between Philippines and China over the Spratly Islands?
The Spratly Islands are situated roughly in the middle of the South China Sea, halfway between the Philippines and Vietnam. This geographical position placed them squarely on the ideological fault line during the Cold War. The Spratly Islands are claimed by several countries, including China, Taiwan, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei. The islands are located in an area that is rich in fish and potentially has large reserves of oil and natural gas. Due to their location, the Spratly Islands are of great strategic and economic importance. The islands are located in a key shipping lane through which a significant portion of the world's trade passes, including oil and gas shipments. The dispute over the Spratly Islands has also led to increased military spending in the region and has heightened concerns about the risk of military conflict in the area.
The Philippines claims the northeastern section of the Spratly Islands as the Calayan Island Group, in addition to the Scarborough Shoal, which it calls the Bajo de Masinloc. Malaysia claims part of. At this moment I will share to you a video showing the China's claim over our terrestrial.
East Coast Guard vessel that's watching us at the moment has done 3 sweeps. First of all 200 meters away, then 100 meters away, and now 50 meters away. It's watching our every move. There are currently 4 Chinese vessels patrolling this area on the outskirts of the shoal. So you may be wondering how we got inside the shoal itself, but we are traveling in a small boat, and that means that we could move across the shallow parts of the reef to move into the area without having to go through the main entrance, which has a deeper entry point. Now, if you were a bigger boat, that would run aground on the reef that we moved across easily. I spoke to the captain of our crew, and he told me in the past, pre-2012, before China claimed this as their territory, that this area used to be swarming with trawler ships and fishermen from Taiwan, from China, from the Philippines, and from Vietnam. But now it's relatively quiet. Let's not forget also there's a 3.5-month long ban on fishing, a unilateral ban by China at the moment, so that might explain why it's quiet. This is Scarborough Shoal at low tide. You can see hundreds of these rocks jutting out from the waterline. And although it seems like a benign place, this is an area that is at the center of a major geopolitical dispute. On the one hand, China claims large swathes of these waters as theirs under their 9-dash line map. And then you have countries like the United Kingdom, United States, Australia, and India coming together with this Indo-Pacific doctrine, this idea that these waters should be free and accessible.
The Philippines claims to sovereignty over the features known as Scarborough Shoal, and the KIG are independent of its archipelagic status, both legally and historically. Therefore, after the entry into force of UNCLOS, the historic rights that might have existed for China within the 9-dash line in areas that would otherwise include the pre-existing historic right no longer exist as they are not compatible with UNCLOS. Accordingly, the tribunal concluded that China's claims were contrary to UNCLOS and exceeded the geographic limits imposed by it.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Nari ka ng tulo ka questions regarding sa dispute sa China ug sa Philippines. Nya kaning kinunhan, are you aware of the dispute between China and the Philippines over the Spratly Island?
Actually, yes. Mangoto na lang po ka ng base ba na sa, or nag-focus ba dyan na sa Scarborough Shoal or katong Bajo de Masinloc?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Kay kanang since sa China ug dispute sa China ug dispute ay asa dispute sa China ug Philippines focus mas sa Scarborough Shoal or katong Baho de Masinloc.
Okay.
So since aware man ka ma'am, what can you say about the issue?
For me, ang masulti ara nga issue is o kana experience hina jud ang Philippines o against sa China compare sa China. Then daghan sa advantages nga mabuhat ang China against nato. Especially na sa military base, advantage din nila kay daghan sila gamit kasi nato gamay ra ta gamit. Then wala to kasulti din dapat mangusog jud ang Philippines.
So na siya ni ma'am, what are your suggestions on what actions the Philippines must take to not be the losing end of the matter? So, ano na siya ma'am, i-give up ba or i-fight din na to ato ang si na to?
Ako pabutan ako pasultihon i-fight din na to. Kanang kung di ba nahiskot naman ta sa military, mas kusog jud ang military sa China against sa Philippines. So, ang ato lang buhaton ako lang ka-exulti or ka-suggest is na lang mag-agreement na lang or na-settlement para anang matter din. dili sa dato kanang ipayag bitaw nga makuha jud nila ato jud ang paningkamutan kay
Since naman tayo support mo na?
ano tayo support sa internationally og napud sa tato ang constitution sa 1987 constitution.
So, i-fight yun mo ma'am.
Fight jud na to din. Dapat di mailog sa China.
Thank you kayo ma'am.
Thank you.
So, first question, are you aware of the dispute between China and the Philippines over the Spratly Island? Yes? Sa ikaduha, what can you say about the issue? Ano sa'yo mo, ikaingon bitaw atong issue sa China o Philippines?
About territorial.
About territory. Unsa may ka nang kamtang sa Philippines at
Kana kay kuan na ako para sa Pilipinas.
So, ang ikatulo, what are your suggestions on what actions the Philippines must take to not be the losing end of the matter? Masud, ano i-fight ba or give up?
Bye.
I-fight yun! I-fight yun na. Are you aware of the dispute between China and the Philippines over the Spratly Islands? Katong kuan siya katong dagat bitaw.
Oh, nakaibaw ko anang isyu ha.
So, what can you say about the issue? Sa mga kasulti ato nga issue ha man.
Mura man og kanang kuan. Mura alkansi ang Pilipinas sa ning isyu ha.
So, what are your suggestions on what actions the Philippines must take to not be the losing end of the matter? Ani masutong, i-fight ba or give up?
Fight jud na nato.
Sorry. Mga buo na dyan na imong kuan, ma'am, i-fight jud na to i-give up.
Oh, mao na jud na.
Thank you, ma'am. Since you are aware about the dispute between China and the Philippines, so what can you say about the issue?
Although I didn't really know that the details of this issue, but somehow I understand that Philippines are being done by China, in which the China had not respected the sovereignty of the Philippines on the Spratly Islands. Yes, maybe Philippines is just a pinch of powder to China, but China would have actually known the right of the Philippines to use these islands for laborers, petroleum exploration, and many others that Philippines used for production and importation. However, as said by President Duterte of the Philippines, the Philippines will not fight because it is already known that we will never win against our enemy, and that's the reason why Duterte befriend China. China should prevent the Philippines from their sovereignty in their lands despite of their big country.
And the second question is, what are your suggestions on what actions the Philippines must take to not be the losing end of the matter?
If I am the one to suggest, I'm a people of this nation. But if I were the one to suggest, I would fight for the right thing that will give the Philippines the privilege to get back the islands that China illegally interfere with, knowing that it's the Philippines island. Surely, Philippines will not ever win in war, but courts and people's perception may adhere to fight their claim and the rights of their lands.
Since you are aware of the dispute between China and the Philippines over the Spratly Islands, what can you say about the issue? Si mo ikaingon na itong issue, te.
Base sa ako ang nakita or sa mga balita nga ako nakitaan, kanang Spratly Islands magud kay murag wala magud na nag-iya. Nya bahay ay sa teritoryo dapat atuan na unta ng kuan. Kay naa naman na nasod sa atoa.
Sa ang territory.
Sa ang territory.
So, what are your suggestions on what actions the Philippines must take to not be the losing end of the matter? Kaning ani masutong i-give up pati ato jud i-fight.
Aw, base sa ako ang tanaw dapat i-fight gud na nato kay sa tuwa naman ang territory niya. Kuan. Dapat sa tuwa na gud na kay kanang kung China kay magkuan na dapat atuwa na gud.
So, i-fight jud.
Kay fight jud dapat.
Thank you.